Alright, so today we're going to be changing the transmission fluid in a C7 Corvette. This is the standard or base model non-Z51, but it should be about the same for any of them. Alright, so to get started, we're going to go ahead and pop the hatch a little, open the doors, pop the hood, all that good stuff. That way, as we lift the car, you don't get any rubbing if the frame should twist. I know it used to be a big deal with like the C3s. I don't think it really matters on the C7, but it's not going to hurt anything to do it, so that's that. Alright, turn this off. Okay, so put this in here. Alright, so we're going to grab some gloves here. Not that they really matter. They're probably just going to fall apart anyways, but we'll give them a shot. Alright, so we'll start by pulling off the rear driver's side wheel. Not absolutely necessary, but it's going to make things easier for me, so I'm going to go ahead and lift this on up. Alright, so grab our pan here, push that under there, get it ready for here in a minute, and then we're going to make sure we have at least 4 quarts of transmission fluid. Just takes a little over 3, but you got to buy the 4th one to get it full. We're going to have some ratchets here. You don't need any sockets, just the head of the 3/8 ratchet will fit right into the plug. So let's go on under here. Alright, so looking under here, easily accessible to the transmission. So let me get the light here. You see that's the drain plug, and this is the fill plug. So we're going to start by loosening that fill plug just to make sure that it will actually come undone. Alright, so it did. So now we're going to come over here and we're going to start loosening up the drain plug, and I just put a extension socket just to make it a little easier. Let's go ahead and clean this up real quick. I'll just be using some of, let's see, this Goo Gone. This will work, and then just a brush. Just kind of work it in there real quick. And once I get that kind of all worked in there, I'll just grab a microfiber cloth and just kind of wipe off the excess here. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull this out. Now you may hear like a hissing or a pressurized sound. That's normal. Nothing to worry about there. So let's go ahead and back this out and just let this drain. And it'll take a little while. It helps if it's warm, but I mean, this is 8 p.m. in the middle of summer in Texas, so it's still like 90 degrees outside. That's warm enough to let it drain. So we're just going to let it drain out here, splash all over the place. You can remove the other the fill plug, and it probably won't slosh around like this, but whatever. So alright, so we got it mostly drained out. It's kind of down to a trickle. I'm just going to throw these away. These are kind of useless, and it's full of transmission fluid anyway. So go ahead and wipe this up, and then I'm going to clean the cap off. Now my cap looks pretty good. I've heard some people say that it's all covered in like some like film, like a metallic-y film or something, but I mean mine was fairly clean. and my car has 103,000 miles on it, and this is the first time I've ever changed the transmission fluid. So I was actually surprised at how clean the fluid is. I mean, it probably didn't even really need it, but you don't know until you get in there. So and then I'm just dropping this. Let's see if I can get this cleaned up on the impact gun. Use a little wire brush here. And make sure to replace the thread sealer. Alright, so let's get back down under here. We're going to put the plug back in and remove the fill plug and start filling it with new fluids. So let's go ahead and get this in. Start it by hand, make sure it gets in a few threads, and there we go. Let's see, wipe this off. Let me grab so I still have that little angled ratchet and the 3/8 attachment on it. Clean this up here. Then we're going to come over here and we'll go ahead and remove the fill plug. Nothing should come out of here, but just to be safe, we're going to move the drain pan. That looks clean. I'm going to go ahead and set it aside, and let's get to the transmission fluid. So my pump doesn't fit the top of this, but that's okay. We're still going to make it work. I'm going to reach under here, kind of slide it behind your exhaust and run it up, kind of snake it around and behind, and then it'll hold itself. This particular one has like a wedge, and it fits inside the fill plug and kind of holds itself. And then I'm just going to pump this a million times till it gets nice and empty, or till my hand starts getting tired, and then I'll just kind of press the bottom up, just kind of alternate between that, because this takes a while. It's not bad though. I got a little bit of a drip. That's just because it probably doesn't seat in all the way. But like I said, you barely need any out of the fourth quart, so what little is dripping out doesn't really even matter. You're going to have so much left over anyways. I say that, and then I'm gonna sit here and pour the extra that I couldn't get with the pump into another one, so that way I can get the last remaining bits out of it. But I'd rather empty as many as I can and then have a lot left in one than have 4 containers with a little bit left over. So we're on the 3rd container here. We're gonna finish this one out and then grab the last container. And like I said, it's not going to take much out of the last container. Grab this here with my feet. All right, and that's the main reason I wear flip-flops in the garage. All right, so we're going to finish this off here, and you'll see it starts overflowing. And it's got a nice steady drip. So once you get that steady drip, go ahead and pull all this stuff out. Try not to sling it everywhere so it doesn't smoke when you start your car. Clean this off, put it back in. Again, start it by hand. Do a couple of threads in, and then let's lock her down. And that's it. That's all there is to it. We're going to wipe up a little bit here, like I said, so it doesn't smoke on the exhaust pipes. Clean the cradle. Put all your tools away, or, gather them up or whatever. Get them out of the way. Anything else left under your car, make sure you get it out. And we'll drop it back down to the ground. I guess I should probably put the wheel back on. Alright, so I grab the wheel. Put this back on. I always try and start the lug nuts by hand. and then lock them down. And we will come over here, turn the air conditioning off, drop the kickstands, open the garage door, let this bad boy down. All right, let's shut the trunk, shut the hood, shut the passenger door, and we'll run around here and we'll take her for a little test drive. All right, so we're just going to go through all the gears here. Go ahead and pop this bad boy back in the garage. All right, so that works out. Everything's happy there. Now, just got to clean up my mess here. So I will be using my superhuman speed to clean my garage up real quick. This is all real time, definitely not sped up. Okay, so it is sped up, but anyway, so we're going to pour all the old fluid into the empty containers here. Alright, so we're going to set this along with all the other oils over here. Here, get all the trash picked up out of here. And this is just kind of me trying to clean everything up so I don't have a super messy garage. Every time I have a project, I end up leaving everything on the ground, and then it just piles up, and I'm trying to make a habit of not doing that anymore. So yeah, that's it. Everything looks good. Put this Italian masterpiece back in, toss this bag of trash, and that's it. We're done. Thanks for watching. Hope that helped. And yeah, that's all there is to change it. It's probably the easiest transmission in the world to change the fluid in. So, all right. Thanks for watching. Good night.